Hi, hello, it's Nikki, and welcome to my messy bookshelves. Today I am here just to share my weekly reading wrap-up, what I've been reading this past week. And it has been a very surprising week, I have to say that. So, something I did not expect ever has happened. So, let's just get into the books I'm reading right now. So the one that I'm currently reading and that I fully anticipate I will be done with today is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I had said that I wanted to read this one. I was sort of in the mood for something dark and twisty, and I will say this is definitely satisfying that craving that I had. But it did take a turn that I did not expect. I was not expecting I don't want to spoil this book for anybody that hasn't read it, but this book is about a young woman who is adopted, and she receives a letter when she turns 25 years old, and it's a letter she's been expecting, sort of telling her where she came from and, you know, a little bit more about her birth family. And she receives an inheritance, and she goes to sort of investigate this inheritance, and some things start to happen. I really don't want to ruin it because I feel like even the synopsis on the back of this book kind of spoils it a little bit. So let's just say she is a young woman living in the UK, and she gets a letter detailing a property that her birth family has left her. And there are many mysteries surrounding A, the property, and B, her family, her birth family. And yes, it took a turn I did not expect. There are many different storylines, point of views converging together, and I was definitely not expecting that, and I am really enjoying it. So despite the fact that it took a turn that I was not expecting, a lot of the content of the book was a topic that I definitely wasn't anticipating in this book. It is still really keeping my interest, and it is one I'm actually forcing myself to slow down with because it is very fast-paced, very dark, very moody, and I am wanting to devour it. And so I made myself wait until today to finish it instead of staying up all night last night. So I believe I will finish this today, and so far, thumbs up for this one. I am loving it very much. The next thing that I am reading is one that I talked about in my other videos recently, and that is The Sober Diaries, and this is by Claire Pooley, and this is a very funny memoir of a woman who decides that wine is not doing her any favors anymore, and she decides to give it up to, you know, meet some goals. You know, she's in her 40s, she feels like she's overweight, and she feels like her health is not the best that it could be, and she feels like maybe I'm spending too much money on wine every week. And I can definitely relate to all of those things. So I thought it would be funny to pair this with a wellness challenge that I am doing, and the challenge has you reading 10 pages of a book every single day. So I am trying to only read 10 pages at a time, but I have read well over that every single day, and I think I'm going to finish this well before I thought that I was going to. But it's funny, it's relatable. If you think maybe I drink a little too much wine on the weeknights, maybe you could relate to this book. But yes, I'm enjoying it a lot, and I will be finishing this one soon as well. It's been very funny to see some of the funny things, or it's been very funny to see some of the things that she says about her life, and, you know, she's married with kids, and her work life, and trying to give up this little habit that she has at night. So it's been very enjoyable. And like I said, relatable. And here we come to the surprise of the century for me. So I mentioned in my video on books that I wanted to read in 2025, that there was one that has been defeating me for a very long time. And if you have watched my videos, you probably guessed what it is, but for whatever reason, I flipped open my copy of Moby Dick. And if you've ever heard me talk about this before, you will know that I have not made it past or very far past chapter 1 before. And for whatever reason, I picked this up and I was flipping through it like, oh, am I gonna finally get through this book? And I started reading. And much like Wives and Daughters, I started reading and then I read a little bit more. So I won't say that it has captivated me the way Wives and Daughters did, but for a book that I really cannot stand, or really in the past have not been able to stand, it is very surprising to me that I have actually made it 6 chapters in, and I am enjoying what I'm reading, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I've grown. It has been several years since I have tried to read this book, but there have even been several lines in different chapters that have made me smile and smirk and actually chuckle a little bit. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I am not saying that I am totally captivated and that I'm going to finish this, but it's hooked me more than I ever anticipated it doing, ever. Because, yeah, this book has defeated me in the past. So we will see. I've actually started filming some of my reaction because I was so shocked when I got past chapter 1 and I was like, did I actually like that? So it was very shocking to me. Yes, my history with this book. So we will see. We will see. I don't know what to think because so far I have enjoyed what I've read. So I'm sure we will get to some part that I will be like, there it is. There is what I don't like about this book. But I don't know. Maybe I have just matured that much. But I would love to hear what you all who have read this book have to say about this book. No spoilers, obviously, but did you love it or did you hate it? Because, yeah, so far I'm liking it right now, and I never expected, well, maybe I did expect it. That's why I still continue to try and read this book, because I feel like Adventure on the High Seas is something that is right up my alley. So I never could understand why I did not get into that book, but here we are. But yeah, that's pretty much it for what I've been reading. I have flipped into a few other books that I was thinking about starting. But these 3, that's what I'm reading right now. And at least for the first 2, I anticipate finishing those very, very soon, in this week. And I will keep you posted on the Moby Dick situation. So I thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.